Yeah, the
You will be
TypeScript.
writing TypeScript. So that's why first of all you have to know TypeScript.
Yes, exactly. So
Actually, TypeScript is a superset of the JavaScript. If you know JavaScript, then TypeScript is not that much of hard, okay, to learn. It is easy to learn if you know the JavaScript in depth. Okay,
yeah.
right. So first of all, what is the TypeScript? Why TypeScript? Okay, that is the question, right? So already I told you the TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript. And actually, in JavaScript, is it possible to write access specifiers? Is it possible to restrict variable data type in a JavaScript? No, right? We cannot able to restrict variable data type, right? Means, suppose if you are defining one variable, you are declaring one variable in JavaScript, is it possible to restrict that variable should be give string data type only, should be give number data type only? Is it possible?
No.
No, right? Means JavaScript does not contain the data types, right? So when data type will be comfort variable in JavaScript is by assigning a value. So what is the value you are assigning? Okay. Based on that, the variable is converted to that particular data type. Okay. Got it? Means JavaScript does not contain the data types. And also next one. JavaScript is object oriented. It is not object based. It is not object oriented. It is object based language. It's not object oriented. Okay. Means object oriented means we can create our customized objects, and also it contains the access specifiers. We can implement the multiple inheritance using interfaces in object oriented. Okay, and interface is reusable. Those all are not supported by JavaScript because JavaScript is the object based. In JavaScript, everything is an object. I think already you know. If suppose if you take it a string, it's an object. So if you take it an array, it's an object. Okay, everything is an object. Okay. So that's why it's an object based language. It is not object oriented. It not supports 100% object oriented. It supports object oriented, not 100%. Not 100% means why it is not supporting 100% means it is not supporting access specifiers. It does not contain the data types. It does not support the interfaces. Okay. It's not 100% object oriented. It supports object oriented, but not 100%. That's why the new one introduced, that is the TypeScript. And JavaScript is an interpreter. And TypeScript is not interpreter. It's a compiler like a Java. It's a compiler. TypeScript is a compiler. Okay. Right. And this TypeScript contains the latest features of JavaScript. Okay. Actually, the present version of the JavaScript is ES10. JavaScript version we cannot call with the JS. ES, ECMAScript. Okay. The full form of ECMAScript is European Computer Manufacturer Association. Okay. That is a ECMAScript, and there is a ES10 version is a new version at present. At present version is the ES10 version. Okay. This TypeScript contains the latest features of the JavaScript plus the data types, and it supports 100% object oriented. So if you write the code with the TypeScript, compare with instead of JavaScript, the code will be optimized. And so Angular application is approximately 5 times faster than the AngularJS application.
Say it one more time.
Angular application is approximately 5 times faster than AngularJS application.
Okay.
AngularJS, maybe you don't confuse about that. AngularJS is nothing but the version 1.x. That is AngularJS. And we will be write the code in JavaScript, not in TypeScript. Okay. Angular 1.x. The present version is 1.7, I think, approximately 1.8, 1.8. That is a AngularJS. From Angular 2 onwards, we cannot call that one as AngularJS. It is called Angular. Because we cannot write the code in the JavaScript. We can write in the TypeScript, okay? AngularJS code we will be writing in a JavaScript, but whereas Angular code we will be writing a TypeScript. From Angular 2 onwards, we cannot say this is AngularJS, it is Angular.
That means it is like which one is AngularJS 8 or Angular 8 actually?
Angular 8, not AngularJS, okay?
Oh, okay. So that means it is Angular then. I think maybe I just
From
misquoted.
Angular 2 onwards, okay? Already I mentioned here notes in the notes, okay? From Angular 2 onwards, it's Angular, not AngularJS.
Okay, so no, I like basically this project will be in the that Angular 8. That means because I didn't get that properly actually.
Yeah, Angular 8. So Angular 8 means it's not AngularJS, it's Angular, okay?
Oh,
Already
okay,
mentioned here. Please be observed. So AngularJS is nothing but it is a AngularJS 1.x. It may be 1.5, 1.4, 1.6, 1.7, okay, 1.8. But it is a
yeah.
the Angular JS 1. It is not Angular 1. Angular JS 1.
Oh,
The
okay.
code
So
we can write in the JavaScript.
yeah, basically this was developed using I think Angular JS maybe. So now since that means like they are converting this project to Angular 8.
Yeah, okay. So
So
then to
that
complete
means
the
I need
documentation.
Angular actually. I not the Angular JS. That means Angular actually.
Okay, Angular. And the present version of the Angular is 8.
Yeah,
The
the
present
Angular.
version of Angular JS is 1.8.
Oh,
Remember,
okay,
Angular
okay.
JS present version is the 1.8, whereas the Angular present version is the 8.
Okay.
And I hope you understood the difference. Angular JS is nothing but we will be write the code in the JavaScript, whereas the Angular we will be write the code in the TypeScript.
Right, right. I got the difference now actually. So it was maybe I just because they were talking about the existing project, so I just maybe messed up. But I'm pretty sure that project is developed in 1 point some X version of it. Now they wanted to convert it into Angular 8.
Okay, fine. Then we
So
will discuss Angular. Yeah,
yeah,
tell me.
so basically since we will be getting into the what are the things and all, now maybe I have to say I need the training on Angular 8 then.
Then okay, the present version of Angular we will discuss. Okay, not
Yeah,
Angular JS,
not
Angular 8.
yeah. So basically that means I just have to learn the two things, right? So and also I will be because since I'll be handling this project, right? So basically I just need also like I will just explain other things also. That means I need Angular 8
Hmm.
and then TypeScript, right?
Yes.
And also
First of all, yeah, carry on.
I need something that we are choosing which one will be the front-end design tool. Basically, like maybe CSS, HTML will be there, but I think do you know anything called Bootstrap or something?
Yeah, Bootstrap. We can discuss Bootstrap also. Okay.
Yeah. So basically,
Because by using
mhm,
Bootstrap, we can able to design responsive web pages very easily. Very
mhm.
easy. You don't need to write so much CSS yourself. Instead of that, CSS classes are inbuiltly available. By using those classes, we can able to create responsive web pages very easily. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So basically this will be, maybe I can show you the existing application actually. So how it looks and feel and what we are
Mm,
going to modify and all. So
mm,
basically I have to just decide because from the technology perspective, since I'm taking up this project, so I just have to understand what are the technologies we could use on this thing. Basically, like as we
mm.
say, they decide like Node 8, so Angular 8.
Angular 8.
Sorry. It will be even they used the node. So if you are using Angular 8, then TypeScript, right? Um,
Yeah, TypeScript.
and do you have
Backend interact with it, Node.
node? So is it like do you have a version on the node or
Node 10.
Node 10. Okay.
Hmm.
So, okay, Node 10, then Angular 8, TypeScript. And is there anything except the Bootstrap, or we can use something only the
That is
Bootstrap?
designing, but yeah, Bootstrap. Yeah, it is
Yeah,
unfriend
so
UI.
I, yeah, I
Bootstrap.
need some UI because I need that UI is the more important here actually.
Hmm.
So basically, I just wanted to what is the what we could do and what we can do and all that stuff has to be
Sure,
uh,
sure. I will explain into
okay,
that.
the node. And I think for
Not
now I
Node,
think
Angular.
Angular 8, TypeScript, Bootstrap, and Node 10. Okay,
No, no,
understood.
no, no. We are not discuss Node in these topics. Okay.
Okay,
Just we will run the Angular in the Node project, Node environment.
okay.
Please remember that.
Hmm.
We are not discuss anything about the Node.js. We will run our project in the Node environment.
Okay.
So maybe you have a question here. Why we will be run the project on the Node environment? Okay.
Hmm.
So the reason is if you run project on the Node environment, we will be write our commands through the command prompt.
Hmm.
If you install the node, okay, na? If you install the node in your system, automatically npm will be installed. Npm will be installed. That is nothing but node package manager. Node package manager. Okay. So if you install the node in your system, node package manager will be installed automatically in your system. What is that node package manager? That contains a collection of packages. Packages nothing but libraries. Okay. And the open source libraries are available. Those all are free means open means free, right? Open source libraries are available here. Can you hear me?
Hmm.
Okay, so you don't need to go to, for example, if you have to work with the bootstrap, for example. Okay, so actually what you have to do, just first of all you have to go to getbootstrap.com website, right? So you have to download the bootstrap, means that is you will do manually, right? And you have to unzip that. This is a process for working with the bootstrap before node package manager. If you not install the node package manager in your system, what you have to do, you have to go to the getbootstrap.com website and you have to download the bootstrap, and you need to unzip that one into, and you have to put it that one into your project. Okay, project drive, project folder, and so you have to unzip that one. This is the process actually. But if you use the node package manager, you don't need to go get bootstrap.com website. Instead of that, just you have to give npm install that bootstrap. It will be installed in your project. You don't need to download, you don't need to unzip anything. Understood or not? Perfect. So means the
Hmm.
process is decreased, right? We don't need to install, we don't need to go to the getbootstrap.com. Instead of that, just we have to install that one directly in our project, means in our project locally by using npm install command. Npm is nothing but node package manager. This node package manager contains all the packages, all the open source packages we can able to install. Have you heard about jQuery? Have you heard
Yes,
about,
yes.
yeah, so if you have to install the TypeScript, then we can install the TypeScript by using npm install. If you have to install the bootstrap, then you by using npm install we can install that bootstrap. Okay, so means
Hmm.
that's a developer friendly, understood or not? And also
Yeah.
if you install the Angular through the Angular CLI in a node environment, okay, if you install the Angular through the Angular CLI, even project folder structure also you don't need to create. That Angular CLI will be create folder structure, as well as Angular CLI install which are configured, which are needed to configure our application, as well as which are needed to run our application. Those all modules will be installed by the Angular CLI itself. We don't need to install anything.
What is CLI?
Command line interface.
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, sorry. I just
Angular CLI.
okay. Actually, let me give you. I have like gap somewhere actually. I'm just recalling all these things. I used to do a lot on these things. So now I am coming back to again doing this development actually. So
Not a problem. I will explain you from very basic bottom level to
um,
advanced
no,
level.
I
Okay.
don't have to go to pretty basic things and all like kind of data types
Not
and all
basic,
because
not basic for JavaScript. Okay.
yeah. So no,
Not
yeah,
basic for JavaScript.
you can talk about the JavaScript basics and all that should be fine.
No, no,
Then
no,
I'll
no,
talk
no, no,
about like,
no, no. 1 minute. I will explain you basics means from bottom level for the Angular and TypeScript, not for a
yeah,
JavaScript. Okay.
yeah, okay, yes, yes,
Bottom level to advanced level. Okay.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, but tell me.
No, I was just telling, like, I understand this development concept and all that, everything actually. Okay, so when I'm going to Angular 8, maybe we'll not take too much time into understanding. Basically, my expectation is moreover like we read and we just do some what we can say, like, write some codes and like,
Hmm.
execute and all. I need hands-on actually, so that um, I could get going and I can just guide the people who will be working on this actually. Okay, so I need detailed
Hmm.
hands-on on this thing.
Sure, sure, sure. Hmm.
No, I just trying to tell you what exactly because I am sure what I know what exactly I need. So that is what I just wanted to put in front of you that hey, if when I'm like we'll start with the TypeScript, right?
Hmm.
So okay, we will go through the time. Maybe you spend a class or two, so we do go ahead and just do a small kind of a project work or something like in this one. Let us develop some code and all, so that way it will be very helpful. Then rather just
One
going
minute.
through. Yeah,
Bhakti.
sure.
I want to tell you something. So by the end of the course, okay, you can able to work yourself by Angular. But when I start the course itself, if you want to learn directly project level things, means maybe you will be confused, right? But my way of teaching is I will explain you basics first, and intermediate level I will explain you later, and after that I will explain you advanced level. Then what happened it is not only this project, if you want to work with another project also, you can able to understand yourselves and you can able to do yourselves, right, Pati?
Okay.
If you have know this
Yeah.
all, this
Yeah.
is my way
I
of
got it. I
working.
got it.
After completion of the course, okay, after completion of the course you can able to work with yourselves. Clear so far? That way I will explain you. Okay, that way I will explain you.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, I will show you some tasks also, means how to do the CRUD operations. I will discuss those all. Okay, I will explain you how to do the CRUD operations with the routing concept. Okay, how to interact with the API. Okay, how to interact with the API and how to do the CRUD operations for that API. Okay, whatever we are discussing, everything you can able to get it and some experience on that. Okay, understood? Because already you were working that, you are working now, so you can implement that one on your project. Then you can able to work.
Mhm.
Got it?
Okay. Mhm.
Yeah. Even if you have any queries on your project, I will explain you. Okay,
Okay.
but
Sounds good.
that is within the this time duration, your time duration. Okay, na? Not after that. Means within training period. Okay, training period.
Yeah. 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 No.
Hmm.
No. I I understand. Yeah. No.
Right.
This is the purpose. There is like the training purpose, right? So we just have to be very clear. Like I just wanted to make sure that I understand the concept and I could use it.
Okay. Right. Okay. Is it okay for you? Shall I continue?
Yeah.
I will give you hands-on experience. You don't bother about that. Okay, na? Hands-on experience means how we will get it means I will explain you everything like a live. Okay. The scenarios.
Okay.
Right. So then TypeScript, in the TypeScript we'll discuss how to declare a variables with the data types, okay, and what is the arrow functions, how to work with arrow functions, and how to work with the for loops, okay. Actually, iterators, different types of iterators we have, right? There is a for loop, for off loop, for each loop, map. Do you know those are? So we'll discuss those all, okay, how those will be work. Okay, and after completion of the those iterators, next we have to go for discussing about the classes, means whoops concept. In the whoops concept, we'll discuss access specifiers, because JavaScript is not supporting access specifiers as well as interfaces, right? So we'll discuss those, the access specifiers and interfaces, because already you know basic Java script, so that's why there is no need to explain everything in depth, right? So that's why we'll discuss directly access specifiers and classes also. I will explain you. We don't talk about that. Okay. Access specifiers and how to work with the interfaces. Okay. After completion of that, then we have to go for discussing about the modules. So what is the meaning of module? So module is nothing but one TS file is a one module. One TS file is a one module. TypeScript file. Hello. One TS file is a
Yes.
one module. So actually, what is a module? Nothing but this module is the container consists of properties, function, methods, classes, and interfaces. Okay, and every module has its own scope. So then, how to give the relationship between one module to another module? Otherwise, how to transfer data from one module to another module? If you have to give the relationship between one module to another module, so then we have imports and exports. So that's why here we will discuss how to import a module, how to export a module. We'll discuss in that, we'll discuss everything, that is how to import properties, how to import methods, how to import classes, how to import interfaces and export also. If I explain this way, then you can able to understand everything, right? Bapi.
Yeah.
Right. So after completion of these modules, means TypeScript will be complete, then we will go for discussing about the Angular. Okay, so in the Angular, so first you have to know the building blocks of the Angular. Okay, the building blocks of the Angular is, these all are building blocks. That is, the first one is the components, and this Angular is completely component based application. Angular is completely component based application. Every Angular application has a one main component and one main module, and remaining all are subcomponents. Whatever we will be add in the future, whatever we will be generate the components in the future, those all are the subcomponents of the application. And also the Angular application contains one main module. Whatever the modules we will be generate in the future, those all are submodules of the Angular application. Okay. Then here, what is the component? Component is nothing but a building block. Even here, not only component, directives, module, decorator, data binding, services, pipes, templates, dependency injection. These all are building blocks of the application. So I think already you know what is the meaning of building block. Building block is nothing but a piece of the code, part of the application, right? Part of the application. Component is one piece of the code. Directive is one piece of the code, part of the application. Okay, these are the building blocks, right? Here, and have you seen the projects once? This Angular project, have you seen? Have you seen?
No, I didn't. I didn't. So basically, pretty much it is on the discussion stage actually. So basically, like it will to ramp up. It will take maybe a couple of weeks. So that is the time I wanted to spend on understanding how does these things work actually. So
Yeah. Okay. Right. So then next we'll go for discussing about the components. Okay. While we are discussing the components, okay. First, what is the data binding and what is the directive? You have to know that. Directive. You know already basic HTML, right? HTML and
Mm-hmm.
CSS. Okay.
Right.
So according to the HTML, can you tell me what are these all? HTML, head, body, according to this page, what are these all? Elements, right? HTML,
Yeah.
head, body are the elements, right? And what about the
Right.
type, ID, type, SRC? What are these all? Attributes, right?
Yeah. So yeah, attributes.
Attributes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can I call these? Do you know what is this one? Means in the elements tab, what I am seeing, what is this one? Do you know? That's a DOM, right?
No.
DOM,
Yeah.
DOM, document
Yeah.
object model. Document object model.
Correct. Correct.
What is the meaning of document object model? Document object model is nothing but content of the document, right? Means whatever we
Mm-hmm.
are seeing in the elements tab, this is the DOM, right? Is the
Mm-hmm.
DOM.
Right.
So can I call these elements and attributes are the markers of the DOM? So by these elements and attributes only we can able to see this content here, right?
Correct.
That's why we can call these are the markers, DOM markers, right? Which are the DOM
Mm-hmm.
markers here? Elements and attributes or the DOM markers, right? Why I am telling
Mm-hmm.
this one is, so first of all, you have to know what is the meaning of DOM marker. DOM marker is nothing but it may be an element, it may be an attribute, it may be a class attribute value. Okay, it may be an element,
Mm-hmm.
it may be an attribute, it may be a class attribute value. So that's why here DOM marker, why I am telling you that one is directive is nothing but directive is a DOM marker. Directive is
Mm-hmm.
a DOM marker. What is the meaning of DOM marker? DOM marker means it may be an element, it may be an attribute, it may be a class attribute value. Already mentioned in the notes. Okay, if you join, I will send these all. Okay, directive is a DOM marker. It attach specific behavior to the template. Okay. So what is the meaning of directive? Directive is a DOM marker. It attaches specific behavior to the template. So these directives are three types of directives we have. That is the component directive, structural directive, attribute directive. So while we are discussing directives, we have to know data binding also. So what is the meaning of data binding? So the properties or methods what we will define in the class or component. So actually, first of all, you have to know what the component contains. Okay, now in Angular application, the component has 4 files. Okay, every component in Angular application are 4 files. What are those 4 files? Every component has its own template. Every component has its own business logic. Okay, Bapi. Every
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
component, if you generate a component or otherwise whatever the component inbuiltly in Angular application is there, that contains 4 files. Okay, 4 files. What are those 4 files? The first one is HTML file, nothing but template. Okay, na? Nothing but
Yeah.
template.
Temp.
1 minute. Excuse. Yeah, these are already mentioned in the notes. Okay, it contains 4 files. Okay, the first one is a component.html. Whatever the name you will give for the component, that name with HTML. Okay, that name with CSS, that name with the spec.ts, and that name with the TS file. Every component has a 4 files. One is the template for the component, nothing but view. Template is nothing but a view. Okay, view for the component. And second one is the, so whatever the view, we can see, we can give the look and feel for that view, right? So how can we give the look and feel?
CSS.
CSS, right? So that's why we have a CSS file. And next, for writing a business logic, then we have a TS file. For writing a business logic in the component, for the component, we have a TS file. Whatever the business logic you will be write for the component, you need to write the test cases for the business logic, right? For writing a test cases, we have a spec file. What are the meaning of spec here? Spec is nothing but specification. Specification is nothing but unit test case. So that's why, what is the use of this spec.ts? Spec.ts is used to write the unit test cases for the this component. Understood? That's why every component has a 4 files. One is the HTML file, another one is the CSS file, third one is the TS file, fourth one is the spec.ts file. I hope you understood what is the use of these all. Every component has its own view, nothing but HTML file. Okay, nothing but template. Every component has its own view. View is nothing but template or nothing but HTML file. And whatever the content is there in the HTML, if you have to apply the look and feel for that content, then we will give the look and feel by using the CSS. That's why every component has a CSS file. And every component, for every component, we have to write the business logic. We will be write the business logic in the TS file. And whatever the business logic you will be write for that business logic, we have to write the test cases, unit test cases. For those unit test cases, we will be write in the spec file. I hope you understood. Okay. Right. So after completion of this one, in the component, so this TS file is in a business logic. In the business logic, we will be defining properties and methods, right? We will be define properties and methods. Then how can we bind those properties and methods to HTML file? Here, that is important, right? So we can bind data. The properties and methods are called as nothing but data. Okay, we can bind the data to the template in 4 ways. In 4 ways. Those 4 ways are, the first one is the interpolational data binding. Interpolational data binding. Second one is the single way data binding. Third one is the 2-way data binding. Fourth one is the event data binding. Okay, so we will discuss these 3 directive types as well as data bindings each other. Okay, then only you can able to do the examples on the component. Okay, understood? We can able to work with the component. Means if you are working with a component, if you are generating a component, okay, so for the component you have to write the business logic. So the business logic we have to embed or otherwise we have to bind to the template. So then how can we bind to the template is by using this data binding, that is the interpolational data binding, single way data binding, 2-way data binding, event data binding, as well as, so whatever the component we will be create, that component we will be embed to, we will be render on the main layout. How can we render that one on the main layout is by using directives. Okay, na? Directives. I will show you these all programmatically. Whatever I'm explaining at present periodically, everything step by step, I will explain you programmatically. Okay, na? Even I will not copy paste code from anywhere. I will be type each one. I will explain you every line why I'm taking. Okay, na? Right. So after completion of that data binding, then we will go for discussing about the routing concept. Okay, before that, forms, how to handle the forms in Angular application. Okay, in the forms we can able to handle the forms in 2 ways. One is test driven forms, second one is reactive forms. Okay, so then how to handle form with the test driven, first we'll discuss that one. I will explain you examples on that, and after completion of that, then we will go for discussing about how to add the validators dynamically instead of statically. If you have to add the validators dynamically, for that we have a reactive forms. Then again in the reactive forms, we can able to handle the form in two ways. One is by using form control and form group. Okay, form control and form group. And the second one is by using form builder module. By using form builder module. Okay, maybe I did not mention here. I think I will mention later. Yeah, so we'll discuss the form validation. Okay, so after completion of the form validation,
So
then we have to go for this. Yeah.
this form validation is it part of the bootstrap thing and all, or
No. It's a part of the Angular, not a Bootstrap.
part of the Angular? Okay. So Angular has its
But
own form.
by using Bootstrap classes, we can give look and feel for the text fields. Okay, now means if the user is not selected, for example, if the user is not fill the form properly, okay, then we will show the error message now. But that error message that error message we have to display the text field in the red, right? As well as we have to display error message in the red font color, right? Red font color. For those all, we can write we can use the Bootstrap CSS classes. Yeah, tell me.
So like it's like I haven't seen this bootstrap and like the Angular or something, right? Does it also allow you a drag and drop kind of building the forms and all, or you just have to write the code for all these text boxes and all that you have to
You need to
create?
write no drag and drop, no drag and drop. Okay, you need to write.
Really?
Yeah.
Still they didn't give a okay. Hmm.
For the Bootstrap, no drag and drop, and for Angular also no drag and drop. Maybe you need to take it another. You need to purchase software for that. Okay.
So basically, you can buy
Otherwise,
a bootstrap template or something, so that will give maybe,
no.
right?
When you buy, you cannot able to drag and drop like it. Some other softwares. Okay. No? Bootstrap does not contain the drag and drop. Okay. You need to write.
Oh, okay. No, actually, what I'm saying is, suppose I'm creating a, let's say, patient registration form, right? So first name, last name, gender, and all, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
can't we just, drag and drop it like the fields and just put
No,
the,
not possible. That's what I'm saying.
okay.
By using Bootstrap, no drag and drop. Just you need to write. Okay.
Hmm.
Just you need to write everything.
But I
Okay.
think, yeah, I think they were talking about something that template they could buy it or something. So, um,
That's already I told you. If you include the third party libraries for drag and drop, then means if you purchase that, you can able to drag and drop. Okay. Already I told you. So if you want drag and drop this HTML design part, then you need to purchase the templates. Okay. You need to purchase and the software, not a template.
software in the sense it should be in Angular 8 and all, right? So Angular and this thing. So then what software
Means
you have
it
to buy?
supports it's work together with Angular. Okay. No?
Sorry, say it again.
It's what means it support
Uh-huh.
while you are creating Angular application, instead of writing HTML yourself, you want to drag and drop, right? For that drag and drop, the third party library is there. So you have to purchase. Maybe I hope no free for that one. You need to purchase.
Oh, okay. So you just have to purchase, right? So I think yeah, that's what the the plan is. Like they can buy a um bootstrap or something and then take it from there. Okay.
No, Bootstrap it is an open source. It is no need to purchase. Okay.
The template.
Maybe
Yeah.
template. Maybe.
I'm trying to understand the details actually, but anyway, yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay. So these all no drag and drop. We need to write ourselves. Okay, no? We need to
Mhm.
write ourselves. Okay. So here we will validate the form in two ways. We'll discuss those two ways. Again, in the reactive forms also two ways are there. Those two ways also we'll discuss. Okay. And form builder module almost all the people are using. Why I will tell you the explanation also. Programmatically I will show you. Okay. Right. After completion of
So
that, then we will go. Yeah. Tell me.
the quick question actually. So when you are
Hmm.
talking about this React, are you talking about the React JS? I heard that word also.
No. That is completely different. This is completely different. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Reactive forms, just reactive form. Name is a reactive form.
Reactive.
Library name is the
Okay.
reactive forms. Okay. Nothing but module name. Okay, module name is the reactive form, so we cannot discuss any React here. For that, we will discuss ng. Okay, sorry, not ngrx. Ngrx is a Redux. That is RxJS. Okay.
Okay.
RxJS is nothing but reactive extension for JavaScript. So if you are using RxJS, then the meaning of that one is we can optimize the code. Okay, na? We can optimize the code for subscribing. Okay, for these all we can use the RxJS. I will explain those all. You don't bother about that. Okay, na? In depth everything. While you are interacting with the API, we will use the RxJS methods. Okay. If you're using RxJS method, then optimize the code instead of writing our own methods. Okay, na? If you use the RxJS methods, then it optimizes the code and its performance also high. Okay. Then after that, after completion of the form validation, then we have to go for discussing about how to create a custom component and how to work with the custom component, as well as next we have to go for discussing about how to create a custom directive and how to work with the custom directive. We'll discuss that one. And after completion of that, then we have to go for discussing about the routing concept. So what's the meaning of routing? Routing is nothing but
sending request
navigation.
and response. Or?
Navigation. Okay. If you have to navigate from one component view to another component view, then we have a routing here. We can develop a single page application. I think already you know what is the difference between a single page application and multiple page application, right?
Can you explain this one? I think I heard this one actually. AngularJS is like single page application, and
single page application means here while you are navigating, means if you click on the link, okay, if you are clicking on the link means you are redirecting from one page to another page, right? Actually, in the website, if you are clicking, for example, website contains a home, profile, about us links. Okay, if you click on the about us link, then what happened? It's navigated from that home page to about us page, right?
Right.
Okay, means here what happened? If it is navigating from one page to another page, the complete DOM will be reload, right? The complete DOM will be reload. Okay. For example, if I'm taking a getbootstrap.com, here the complete DOM is reloading or not, just you have to check it that. Okay. If I'm clicking on the examples, okay. Look at this one. This is the DOM, right? This is the DOM. If I'm clicking on the examples, yeah, the complete page DOM is reloading, right? Can you able to see that?
Yeah.
Can you able to see the DOM? Again, observe.
Right.
If I go to the home page, observe reloading. Complete DOM is reloading, right? Okay, but if I go to the angular.io, means here navigating from one page to another page. If it is navigating from one page to another page, the complete DOM is reloading. Okay, so if the complete DOM is reloading, then it is time taken process, right? Understood?
Right.
Time taking process, but here observe Angular. So go to the documentation. So observe carefully here. Look at this DOM. If I click on anything that is you would choose, for example, fundamentals, okay, tour of heroes, and inside that the hero editor. Is the page reloading? Observe. Is the page is reloading? The complete DOM is reloading?
No.
Instead of that, the part of the page only changing, right?
Correct.
This is the single page application. Here, instead of reloading complete DOM, the part of the page only reload. That's why the performance is very high compared with this one. Understood or not?
Right.
No, if the page is not reloading, then what happened? Automatically the performance is very high, right? That is the advantage of the single page application. Even interaction of interacting with the backend also less compared with the multiple page applications. Okay, no? Understood.
Okay. Got it.
That's why the application is very faster. Single page applications are faster. compare with the multiple page application. Okay, so we
Okay.
can create single page applications by using routing concept. Here I will explain you routing in depth. So whatever the topics I am explained you until this time, and whatever the topics I will explain you, those all I will be explained through the API documentation. You don't bother about that. I will show you that API documentation also. It is there. Okay, we'll discuss everything in the through the API documentation. Okay, right. And while we are doing the routing concept here, how to work with the route params. Okay, and here I will explain you how to work with the HTTP client module. Means for interacting with the API, first of all I will be taking up on mock API. Okay, first of all we have to work with the mocks, right? So that's why first of all I will be taking a mock API and how to work with the mock API and how to do the CRUD operation that mock API work like a same your database. And the meaning of that one is whatever the code here we are writing, so for the live APIs also you will be write same thing. Understood?
Okay. So we'll be going through the API process also then.
Yeah, completely API process also. Okay, but I will not explain you how to create API, those all things. Okay, but we will interact with the API. We will fetch data from the API. Okay, and also insert data to the API, update the API by using HTTP client module. Already, I think already you know. Sorry, not HTTP client module. Have you heard about? 1 minute. This one, Postman client.
Postman, yeah,
What
I
is
heard about Postman. Yes.
Yeah, what is the use of the Postman client? Postman client is used to test the API URLs, but the backend people will send.
Correct. Right.
Means the APIs are working or not properly, that URLs are working not properly or not, we will check through the Postman client. That's why they that mock API, in the mock API I will explain everything how to do the actually HTTP modules contains the get method, right? What is the use of the get method? Get method is used to fetch the data from the API. Okay, get method I will show you the value. Don't worry about that. 1 minute. I'm not showing programmatically. 1 minute. Yeah, here look at this. This HTTP contains get method, post method, put method, patch method, delete method. Okay, now. So what is the use of the get method? Get method is used to get or otherwise fetch data from the API. And post method is used to insert data to the API. Post method is used to
So,
insert. Yeah, tell.
my question is like, how will you write an API? You will not learn that one?
No, JSON. Here API is nothing but a JSON, right?
Yeah. So, no, I actually the
REST
thing
API,
I'm
we'll
telling.
discuss. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The,
I
yeah.
will explain you on JSON. Otherwise, already we have a fake APIs available on the online. That is a JSON placeholder. Okay, na? JSON placeholder type here already available. Fake APIs. Okay, fake online REST APIs. Okay, they're providing the resources also. Look at here. I will explain this all. Okay, you don't bother about that. Already I told you we will discuss the CRUD operations with the API, how to do the CRUD operations by using API, right?
Okay.
And routing concept. Here they just access for fetching the data only. But whatever the API I will be create, okay, REST API, mock API. By using that mock API, we can able to do get, post, put, fetch, delete. These all. So that's why I will explain you everything. You don't bother about that. But the resources they have given here, 6 resources. These 6 resources we'll discuss. I will be create my own API on the front end. Okay. That API work like your DB. Understood or not? What I'm saying? Bapi.
Yeah.
Whatever the CRUD operations you will be do on that API, mock API, same we will be write when you are interacting with the database. Okay. Yeah, everything in depth I will explain you.
So are we just putting these codes and all to the Git, or I mean, should we do that link in the Git or something, or how the Git? I think I see the GitHub there, right? So I think I have
Yeah,
a
no, no,
GitHub.
no. You don't need to put anything on Git. So, for example, what is the use of the Git first of all?
Just save the code, right?
No, no. Yeah, save the code, nothing but what is the main advantage of the Git? Why the people are using the Git? Because the companies are using Git because they will divide the project into modules, right?
Uh-huh.
One module give to one group, one module give to one group, one module give to one group, right? Understood or not?
Uh-huh.
Means designing part for designing people, development part for development people. They all where they can put the code
The Git.
on the Git, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So what is the main advantage of the Git means? Sharing project to the different people and they all. So means while you are designing a page, why the development people are still waiting for you are designing a page, right? They will be
Mm-hmm.
developed. Suppose if you design a page, for example, you are a designer and developer. For example, you are a designer, I am a developer. Okay, for example, you designed already one page and you want to design, you are designing another page. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so can I wait for until, for example, your website contains the 10 web pages? Okay, your company website contains the 10 web pages. I have to wait for 10 web pages until you design. No, right?
No.
So one page if you design, then you put it on the gate, then I will be pull that one from the gate. Okay, I will be pull that one from the gate and I will be do the development on that page. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
again I will be push that one into gate. Get it?
Mm-hmm.
So new version that is called as the new version. Whatever you have done, that is the old version. Okay, and the people the developer which he will be update after developing the page, he will push into the git now. That
Mm-hmm.
is the new version. When you download again that one from the gate, then that whatever the web page you have designed previously, that contains the development part also. Understood or not?
Right, right. I got it. I got it.
While you push pull it at the time, only designing part that web page contains. But if you push pull into your sorry, if you push means what is the meaning of push, what is the meaning of pull also you have to know, right?
Yeah.
What is the meaning of push? Push means you are putting the code into the gate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pull means you are downloading from the gate. Okay, have you get it?
Yes, I got it. I got it.
So yeah, different people work on different tasks. They will be put it those all tasks into gate. Okay, for example 10 people are working on same project. Okay, and from different locations, then how can you share that project information through the gate? Understood?
Right.
Okay, fine. Okay, we'll not discuss anything about the gate. Okay, yeah.
Right, right. Okay.
Git is for pulling the data, pushing the data. Okay, right. So after completion of that routing concept, and also here we will discuss services also, how to work with the services. What is the use of the service? Service is used to clean the component, nothing but we will be separate the business logic from the component. Okay, we will separate the business logic while we are discussing CRUD operations, how to separate those API interactions by using service. We will discuss that one. Okay, no?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And after completion of that, then we will go for discussing about the animations, how to do the animations for the single page application. And after completion of that, then we will go for discussing about the testing and how to do the unit testing. For testing, we will be use the Karma and Jasmine for unit testing. For end-to-end test, we will be use the Protractor, Jasmine, Karma. Okay, now I'll discuss those all. So then it will be take it around 25 plus sessions. Okay, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will explain you everything in depth. Okay, not a basic.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the Bobby. Demo now, that's why I explained everything theoretically. If you join, I will explain everything programmatically step by step.
Okay, so I think that's fine actually. So I'm okay. So basically, we'll start with the TypeScript, then we'll learn the Angular 8, and then
First of all, better Bootstrap, okay? Na? You want Bootstrap also, right?
right, the
Bootstrap,
Bootstrap,
Bootstrap, TypeScript, and
Angular 8.
hmm,
Okay. So
yeah,
okay, so if like the when we learn the Bootstrap, can I design the like the application actually? Can
yeah, you
I can
can.
I share, can I share my screen for a second?
Hmm,
So
1 minute.
what I want to say
Nagendra,
is
hello?
yeah,
1 minute, please, Bapi.
yeah.
Nagendra, hello?
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, please give the permission, present the permission to the Bapi.
Yeah, 1 second.
So I don't know the like what is this
Yeah,
called
I
the book.
make you a presenter. You have to show your screen.
Yeah.
You
So
have
we'll
to
not.
click that show my
Yeah.
screen.
I think we are at top of the
Yeah.
hour. We will not take much time. What I'm trying to say is, I'm just why I'm sharing my screen. I just wanted to say is like, I wanted to build it. Suppose I wanted to build a page, right? So it
Hmm,
has to
hmm.
be, let's say, I can do it in the wireframe or something. But see, for example, I wanted to build some applications, like the with the menus and like the left sidebar and
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
toolbar.
Those all that is the designing part. Okay, you can able to do the designing part with the Bootstrap CSS. Okay.
Okay, so that is what we will go through because my more
Yeah,
like
yeah.
okay,
We'll discuss those all. Okay, no.
okay. So that's what
Hmm.
I want because like my
The
my goal is
Bootstrap classes, I will be take it 3 classes. Okay. Then you can able to understand how to design these menus and these all things. Okay.
okay. So basically like the reason I'm telling is like that will be my main objective actually. So I should be able to architect the complete design of the pages and all that stuff actually. Then we will go through the TypeScript or Angular.
You are a UX designer or UI? UI designer, it's not a problem. Okay.
I don't know that UI UX actually. I think
UX means
it is
you
very
need to
same.
create templates, PSD templates. Okay, then means nothing but you have to know Photoshop also. But here we will discuss whatever UI part that comes under CSS and HTML. Okay, so you have to
Okay.
know one thing: HTML and CSS is the designing part. Okay, UI designing part. From JavaScript
Hmm.
onwards, it's the development part.
Okay.
HTML and CSS is the
So
designing
Hi,
part,
sir.
and
Morning.
sorry,
I need one help from you. Harish sir asked nothing. Uh,
Nagendra.
one page is there, WordPress page. We need to remove that in that WordPress page. We
Sorry,
are displaying some other
Hello.
content API.
Nagendra, 1 minute.
In the
Nagendra.
top, their logo, everything is displaying. Menu is now will not be there. Only on page. That's it. What we have to do is we have to replace our WordPress header there. Will it be possible? That is HTML page. One second.
Sorry. Hello.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
But
So
maybe Nagendra
I
interact
think
with another people. Maybe
yeah,
miscommunicate.
he's
Yeah.
a he's a he's a busy trainer, like training people, huh?
Ah, yeah.
That, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. So yeah,
And
okay.
see here already I told
So
you HTML and CSS is the designing part. Okay. HTML and CSS is the designing part, and from JavaScript onwards, it is the development part. And you don't bother about that. You can able to understand how to create menus and how to create headers, and you can. are able to understand Resolve by using Bootstrap CSS. If you know
Yeah,
already
so
HTML and CSS.
yeah, so basically, like I will tell you actually, I used to do these things maybe 10 years ago. Okay, this HTML, CSS, and all that stuff. 10 years ago. So
Okay.
still
But
I
you can able to recall, right?
yes, like it's not a,
Okay.
it's not a big thing for me. I'm doing it for a long time because the thing is like I just wanted to have um, this experience to leverage like to guide some product development and all this. So mm, most of the time it's like the reason is like when I get the hands-on, I can guide better actually. It's not like that I just have to tell people and they will be telling, oh, this is not working, that is not working. I don't like that way actually. So this is just a kind of my personal interest. I wanted to um, learn this portion of it actually. Okay.
Sure,
So
Bhavesh. Sure.
you said it will
Maybe
take.
you tell me. So after completion of the course, how much satisfied you tell me, and how much work you got it, you tell me. Okay. Maybe
Okay.
at present you cannot able to understand what I am saying. Everything theoretically I explained, right? That's why maybe you were confusing about that. But after completion of 30 days class, then how much you learned from me, or otherwise how much you have gained
Mhm.
compare with before learning from me. Okay. Then just you compare and tell me later.
Absolutely. Yeah. So do fine. I just wanted to make sure that we spend quality time and just get where we want to go. Um,
Sure.
so you mentioned this jQuery, right? So we don't need the jQuery here, right?
No. jQuery at present not the people are not using because jQuery is directly manipulating the DOM.
Okay.
So if you manipulating DOM directly, DOM already I told you now, whatever we can see in the elements tab that is called DOM. If you are performing operations directly on the DOM, it is also affecting the performance of the page. Therefore, don't use the jQuery now.
Okay.
The people are not using jQuery at present. Instead of that, we have Angular, we have a React. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So I think the Angular will take care of it, right? So now,
Exactly.
one more thing. Ooh, we are 5 minutes late. Okay. So just a quick question, actually. So now
Hmm.
we have these things. We are going to use MongoDB. So what will be the server-side programming code that will be support this thing?
Node.js.
Node.
Node.js.
Okay. So then I may need to learn a little bit Node.js also. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. If you
Okay.
want,
So
then after completion of this course, if you satisfy, then I will take a Node.js classes also if you want,
okay,
and
the
even
Node.js,
MongoDB also.
no, Node.js is a big monster again.
Yeah, again, it's a 15 classes around plus 15
Okay.
plus sessions.
Okay, so sounds good. So how busy you are over the weekend? Because the thing is, I don't know weekdays how much I will spend and all, but the
Hmm.
weekdays I could spend enough time if we want to
Means
spend.
only weekends, or you will be attend on weekdays also? That is my question first.
No, I will be attending some weekdays also. Maybe
Then
weekdays.
tell me at what time you can able to attend. Actually, 7
Actually,
o'clock I am free
you
regularly.
you are also like, are you done with Anita or still it's going on?
Sorry.
You are working with Anita, right?
Yeah. Right, Anita.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
JavaScript training she is taking.
how is she doing actually?
Yeah,
If I
so
laugh,
she is okay,
if,
but sometimes she is busy with office. Yeah, she is attending early morning 5 o'clock time, 5 a.m. IST. But
okay.
Friday she is not attending
Uh,
regular for a regular week. Friday she is not attending, but remaining days she is attending. But maybe previous week you are not available, right? Previous weekend.
Yeah. No. She's done or
You
she's
are not.
still continuing?
She is continuing.
Ah, she's continuing. So, okay. Cool. Yeah, that's what she was like. I don't stay home, right? I just travel almost every week actually. So I didn't get a chance whether she's done or something. She will be flying again next month actually.
Means
So
even she is asking some project codes also. Actually, she is working with a soap at present. She
okay.
asked me some doubts. She asked
Okay.
me. I'm exploring. Just means I am giving suggestion. I don't know much knowledge on soap, but I am giving suggestions
Okay.
on soap just by referring some sites and giving
Okay, cool.
suggestions.
I think good. Yeah. So I mean, the thing is like, what I'm trying to do is like, we can suppose you say 25 hours, right?
Hmm.
So we can make it in a, no, we'll not wait for a month to finish it off. Maybe 25 hours, if we can do it in 2 weeks or something, I can extend my times and all. Maybe we
But
can.
regularly, I can able to take it 1 hour session, okay? But
Okay.
weekends, if you attend 2 hours, fine. I will be take it on 2 hours on weekend, okay?
So morning 2 hours, evening 2 hours.
Not possible, not possible. Only 2 hours. 2 hours only.
Okay.
2 hours, I can take it, but not more than 2 hours because I have another sessions also, no? So that's why not possible.
Okay. So you are like doing any development, or you just do the training only?
Yeah, I'm a freelancer. I am doing development as well as I'm giving training.
Okay. Okay.
I'm doing
That's good.
development on React Angular both. Hmm.
React and Angular.
Yeah.
We'll get that. What is React with these things it does actually?
Actually, it is React and Angular are both are competitors. Angular was developed by Google and React was developed by Facebook. Okay,
Okay.
these two are
Okay.
on front end. These two are very demanded. These are the hot cakes.
Okay.
Either you
Sounds
can use
good.
React or you can use Angular. Okay.
Now let us go with Google Angular. Okay. So
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Sounds good. Um. Okay. So what are the things I need is like, okay, I think I have to talk
You
to him.
have to install the Visual Studio Code. Enough, not more than that.
Okay, Visual Studio Code. Okay.
And also remaining things I will explain you in the classes. Okay.
Okay.
Editor is Visual Studio Code.
Okay. So maybe sometimes it.
Visual Studio Code is the open source. Okay, you don't need to purchase that. It is open source.
So can Anita explain me this JavaScript and all, or no?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know exactly. Maybe you just yeah.
Ask.
Maybe
Eh?
Anita will explain. Yeah, ask
I I will see what you
and already I
taught
shared
her.
videos now. I shared videos, regular session videos.
Okay.
She has
So
videos.
okay, let me see what she's doing, and then like anyway. So let me talk to, what is his name? Nagendra? Oh, what's his name?
Nagin, yes.
Nagendra, right? Yeah.
Mm.
Let me talk to Nagendra, and maybe we can get started quickly and finish it quickly as possible, because
Sure,
I
sure,
was okay.
sure.
Sounds
Bappy,
good.
have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye.